Pamela Anderson in the Kremlin fighting for animal rights. Australian pigs get tasered and gassed in slaughterhouses, recommended slaughterhouses, and 2 mink farm workers in the Netherlands get sacked on the spot for animal abuse. Pamela Anderson met with Putin's chief of staff, Sergei Ivanov, to discuss wildlife preservation and animal rights abuses in Russia, and particularly the plight of Russian seals and the many aquariums that there are there, where orcas and dolphins and beliugas are kept in captivity and not so nice. That means miserable conditions. And this is not the first time that she's been very active. She's been a vegetarian since she was a teen, and recently just gone vegan.
People put a lot of emphasis on protein at one point, and they realize they don't need as much protein as you think. I'm Pamela Anderson, and I chose a plant-based diet for compassion.
And she attributes her beauty and her figure in this age after pregnancy to being vegan, although she does do lots of cardio. And just recently, this year, she wrote to Putin to ask him to block the shipment of 1,700 tons of whale meat from Iceland to Japan. And a couple of other things she's been involved in, very active in the animal rights movement. And okay, thumbs up from us, Pamela. 2 mink farm workers in the Netherlands have been sacked on the spot for animal rights abuses. They are shown by the footage, which was taken by secret employees from the animal rights group Stitching Animal Rights, who showed these 2 men throwing live animals, live minks, into the gas chamber. One of them got away and he stood on it to pin it down. And these animal rights abuses have been condemned, and an investigation is underway. So the Netherlands is the 3rd biggest exporter of mink furs in the world, after Denmark and China, and 70% of fur, all fur grown or produced from the killed animals comes from Europe. So it's a big industry, but there's a ban on new factories in the Netherlands, so there's no new factories being set up. There's 6,000 at present, and by 2024 the whole industry is going to be phased out completely. Animal rights activists in Victoria, in the state of Victoria in Australia, animal rights activists from 2 groups, the animal rights activists New South Wales and Victoria, have been involved in the secret infiltration of 3 of the biggest slaughterhouses in the state that are actually recommended as best practice slaughterhouses. One of them actually having an accolade from the RSPCA for its fantastic practices. They have just released some secret footage of pigs being gassed alive and tasered into the gas chambers. This is quite upsetting footage. If you're a bit squeamish, then maybe you should fast forward. So the footage shows these pigs being prodded by long taser sticks into the gas lift, and then the lift lowers them in this small enclosed space, lowers them into the gas chamber where they are gassed alive. Now, how did they get the footage? These activists took it upon themselves with gas masks to go into the gas chamber when no one was looking and inserted the cameras in convenient location. And it was when they got a whiff of this gas that they realised that their nose and their eyes were burning. And they investigated further, and they discovered that the gas actually burns the pigs from the inside out. So very distressing death for the pigs. The spokesman for the Minister of Agriculture in Australia has condemned the animal rights abuses, stating that there should be zero tolerance against this sort of thing, and that he hopes that action will be taken. So this sounds like a very sort of wishy-washy approach. I mean, if anyone is going to stop it, then it would be the Minister of Agriculture, who should act upon these claims, act upon this act upon this actual footage, recent footage, showing animal rights abuses in 3 slaughterhouses that were previously praised for their fantastic handling of the animals and the humane way that they are slaughtered, if there is such a thing as a humane slaughter. Okay, so that's all the news for today, and if you want to see any more news, regular news, then subscribe below.